Wonderful. And while we're still on the topic of the error page, why don't we just knock it out? Since that way, we'll have 2 pages out of the way. We already have the landing, so the next one up is error. And then we just need to focus on the rest of them. Now, as far as what are we shooting for, let me navigate to a complete app, and then let me navigate to a page that doesn't exist, landings, for example. And then this is going to be the page. That's the image I'm using. Then there's going to be a heading 3 with some kind of text. The same goes with paragraph. So right below it, there's going to be a paragraph with some kind of text. And then we have a link that navigates back home. And as far as the setup, here's what we're shooting for. So we want to get the link from React Router DOM. We want to get the image from assets and then images. And we're shooting for not found SVG. And then I also want to get the wrapper from assets, wrappers, error page. And if you want to save yourself a little bit of time, you can grab those imports and right away use them. However, I want to mention, since I'm not going to be doing this during the recording, there might be some tiny bugs when I'm setting up the README. So just don't be surprised if something doesn't match, because whatever I'm going to have in video, of course, is going to match, since I'll test it out, but I'm not going to retest it with a README. And also keep in mind that your folder structure needs to be exactly the same. Now, what's really interesting about the return is the fact that we can actually set up the classes on the styled component. So not only I have the return where I have the wrapper. So this is coming from the wrappers, and we're looking for styled component, of course, in this case. But we can also set up a class on it. And this is the global class, which essentially just makes this page 100% of the viewport. That's it. So now it's 100%, and then I just place everything in the center. Now, if you are interested in the CSS, please navigate to a wrappers, and then more specifically error page, and take a look at the CSS code. And then as far as the return, we want to go with full page. I have the div here because I want to place everything in the center. Again, the CSS code is in the error page. And then we just go with image, heading 3, paragraph, and then link back home. So let's start working on that. Like I said, I will spend the next video probably going over the auto import and what is my approach when I'm recording. And that way you have a better understanding what is going to be my approach. But for now, I just want to import all of those things. So we're looking for import. We want to go with a link. Now, link is going to be coming from React Router DOM, of course. Then we also want to get the image. In this case, I'm going to name this IMG. And we're going for assets, and then images. And then the name is not found, not hyphen found, SVG. And then we also want to get the wrapper. So we go here with import, wrapper, and same deal. Assets first, then wrappers. And then the name is error page. And then as far as the return, like I said, we're going to go with a wrapper. Then let's add a class here. So that way it's going to be 100% of the viewport. And the class is full page. And then what I also want to add here is the div inside of it, because I want to place everything in the center. So let me just add a div here, and I'll place a random text. And what you'll notice that everything is in the center. Again, the CSS code is in the error page. And then inside of this div, one by one, let's set everything up. So there's going to be an image. We want to provide the image variable over here. As far as the alternative, let's just say not found. We don't need to add any classes. Again, don't worry if it looks like this. Normally it's going to look like this. And then what else we want to do? We want to go with heading 3. And as far as the text, I'm just going to go with O. And then page not found. Now I also want to set up the paragraph. And this is going to be the case where I'm just going to copy and paste. I don't see the point of typing it up together. It's just a text. And then lastly, we want to set up a link back home. So link to, we're navigating back home, and we'll just say back home as far as the text. And with this in place, now we can just test it out, where once I click on a link, yep, I navigate back to the dashboard, And now we have 2 pages out of the way, the landing page as well as the error page.